If you are offering services where selling expertise is key, and if you want to invest more energy into organic marketing, then this video is just right for you. Hi, my name is Andreas Hildebrand, and today I want to talk about thought leadership marketing. In the following, I will go into what a company can do to turn their experts into thought leaders. I will discuss shortly if a company should have one thought leader only, one face of the company, kind of like Steve Jobs used to be for Apple, or if it's a better idea to put several people at the fore. We will have a quick look at the metrics, and at the end I will have a final but simple trick for you on how to increase your reach. So, what is a thought leader anyway? And how do people become thought leaders? Well, a thought leader is the first person I think of when I think of a certain topic. This person has occupied one or more topics for themselves and for the company they are working for. This makes them important ambassadors for their company. These people raise the value of the brand, and these people are one of the keys that will raise the chance that inquiries are coming in, because thought leaders are trustworthy. Let's begin with 3 examples of my thought leaders. When I think of SEO and online marketing, I think of Neil Patel. Digital education, an important topic right now and for the future of our children, Verena Pausder. Regarding economics in Germany and Europe, Daniel Stelter pops into my mind. But how did these and other people become thought leaders? Well, to become a thought leader, the first thing you should do is show and share your knowledge. These experts create unique, interesting and engaging content. They do it regularly, in all formats and on all channels. So here's a short list of what you and your marketing and communications team can do to build thought leaders for your company. Write your own blog, publish white papers. If you find the time, write a book or an ebook to begin with. Start your own podcast. Speak on conferences, trade show, panel talks and so on. Create videos like this one. We are happy to help you here. And since we are already talking about video, create online events with one of our stages that you can customize for yourself, for your company in PowerPoint, for your next webinar, Zoom meeting, or whatever you want to call your web session. It will be even more engaging. If possible, provide a free tool, a checklist, or something else to make people engage with you, your know-how, and your company. This brings me to the second step of thought leadership marketing. Build relationships with your community, multiplicators and other thought leaders. Create ideas on how to engage your community with your know-how and services. One of them I've already mentioned, the video event. Connect to multiplicators like relevant journalists or podcast hosts. Connect to other thought leaders from similar fields. Invite them to talk with you on a webinar or your own podcast. By the way, if you don't have your own podcast yet, we are happy to help you here. Some of you may ask now, why should we share our knowledge? Our knowledge is our asset that we want to sell and don't want to give it away for free. I'm not talking about giving away all your knowledge. Publish just enough for the people out there to recognize, okay, they know what they are talking about. We'll invite them over, we get them to know, and then maybe they can make us an offer. Neil Patel, however, goes a different way. If you follow Neil on all channels and listen to what he has to say, you get more than just some basics to online marketing. In addition to his written audio or video content, Neil even provides a terrific freemium tool called Ubersuggest to drag people to his website and to make business. I think with all the information and knowledge Neil shares, he is making online marketing so big and complex that there is enough companies that say, okay, if we want to do it right, we need to hire Neil Patel and his people. And the success obviously proves him right. In other words, providing too much information can also help to become a thought leader and to make business. You may ask now, what's the difference between content marketing and thought leadership marketing? Well, the big difference is the engagement of and the interaction with the community. Thought leaders plan communities from the beginning. They actively encourage the creation of user-generated content and the interaction of fans of the brand. Some thought leaders and their companies provide brand platforms that help fans organize, meet and inspire each other. Those platforms can be your blog, online forums, on-site events, a clubhouse event, or the already mentioned webinars. There are so many formats where you can meet and organize with your fans. Now I want to come back to the topic if your company should have one ambassador, one thought leader only, or if you should put more people to the fore. In the beginning, I was mentioning Apple. And when we think of Apple, we think of Steve Jobs. But even when Steve Jobs was still alive, some details or services were also presented by other advocates of Apple, other specialists like Jonathan Ive or Phil Schiller. In other words, let your experts speak for your company too. To place your CEO, COO or the partners of your company as thought leaders is definitely a good idea. But most likely there are other top brains in your company who qualify as ambassadors for your brand as well. Here are a few advantages of more than one expert, advocate and later thought leader of your company. Experts are trustworthy. More experts can create more valuable content. If you give other people besides the management the chance to be ambassadors of your brand, they will very likely give their best. And more ambassadors reach a wider audience on social media. Let's assume that the network of your CEO is like this. But with the contacts and the followers of the brand ambassadors, you will increase the reach. This brings me to the next point, metrics. Don't forget to track and analyze what kind of posts got the most views, the most engagement, what raised the number of followers, how many participants attended your event. And of course, track what led to inbound inquiries. If you're working in marketing like me, make sure that you will be notified by your management or your other thought leaders if they are contacted directly with a reference of their post. But don't just track the format and the channel of the post. Draw correlations between format, channel, length and topic. Learn from these correlations to create better, relevant and engaging content for the future. It probably takes at least 30 to 50 posts to see what worked best. And before I forget it, make it easy for people to connect with your thought leader. For instance, include their email address in white papers or the blog posts they have written for your company's blog. Last but definitely not least in thought leadership marketing is reach. Especially in the beginning, when you are building your experts to thought leaders, use the network your company and your thought leaders have. Like, share and comment the relevant posts of your experts from your LinkedIn or Facebook company pages. Make sure your staff is aware of the important posts. Send a message to @all or @here via Slack or Teams with a link to the post. Ask your people to like and comment the post. This way, the post will get more awareness and your advocates will be heard. Another way to increase the reach of a post is to do it with another thought leader, preferably not from your own company. This way, you can both benefit from each other's networks as well as from the followers of both company pages. Now you tell me, who are you thought leaders? What makes them special? On what channels are you following them? Which format do you like best? Written text in blogs or white papers? Podcasts or maybe even Clubhouse, videos, webinars, or do you prefer real-life events? Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to read them. Talk to you later. Bye.